My wife Polly and I decided that we wanted to figure out a way to give back to the immigrant community because we felt that their work in the fields and the packing houses has contributed to our wealth. We started REAP about 10 years ago, and REAP stands for the Rural Education for Americans Project.
My father always told me that I needed to take advantage of the opportunities that were given to me. And knowing where my dad comes from, which is from Mexico, from a very poor family, he always worked hard ever since he was 6 years old. I know personally that when he was young, he didn't have much. And if he basically didn't work, his family would basically starve. And I know he always feared of not being able to have a family in the future because he wouldn't be able to give anything to his family. Like he wouldn't even have the financial capacity to support someone. So I look at that as something for myself. I know I didn't grow up in the same situation, but I always tried hard in high school because I always thought to myself, how am I gonna provide for my own family in the future if I don't have any education or a job that's gonna give me the financial capacity to support one.
The level of schooling my parents have, my mom finished the equivalent of 6th grade here in the United States, and my dad finished what would be high school in Mexico. So that's as far as we were able to go. Financially, my dad couldn't go on, and then my grandpa wasn't the most supportive with education, so she had to stop and then help support the family because they had a pretty big family, so she had to step up and help out with the family.
My parents had a middle school education. Coming from such a small town, I saw that the work here was mainly agricultural work, and my parents migrated from Mexico to here for me to have a better life, so they didn't want to see me do that work. So my motivation to go to college was to not disappoint them and go out and get my education and become something in life. Like for me personally, my goal would be to ultimately get to be a nurse.